Travis kiddos, it's Wednesday and it's math time. Let's do some enrichment work. I have a word problem for you. I have a workbook page for you. And I have a joke from Miss G. Woohoo, you know I love her jokes. Today she says, why did the singer get locked out of the house? He was out of key. So in music, when you're singing, you can be off key or out of key, meaning you're not on the right note or not exactly there. And if you don't have a key, you can't get into your house. You're locked out. So I love it, Miss G. Thank you for keeping us laughing and for the hilarious joke. I'm still sporting my purple. I've got it on in a couple places. Still celebrating Month of the Military Child. And you guys, thank you for your strength and resilience and for telling us about places all over the world. I love learning from you guys about everywhere you have lived and traveled as a military child. I know it's hard on you, but I hope you learn to appreciate that you get to travel a lot, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's start with the word problem. So I have a word problem for you today. Julie has some flowers. She gives away 6 flowers. Now she is left with 8 flowers. How many flowers did she have at the start? Okay, if you want to take a minute to pause and work this out for yourself, great. Always good to try on your own first and then check back in. Okay, so go ahead and pause, do your best. If you can do it mentally, great, but always really good to draw a picture, write a number sentence, and an answer with a label, because you know that's what I'm going to show you, okay? So try your best on that, and I will show you how I would solve this problem, okay? That's just one idea, one solution, right? You guys are creative and always come up with even more than I can imagine. So if Julie has some flowers, do we know how many she starts with? I don't know what some means. We do know that she gives away 6 flowers. So she's going to start with something. She's going to give away 6 of them. Okay. And we know that she's left with 8 at the end. So she still has 8 flowers at the end after she gave away 6. Okay. Now what is the question? The question is, how many flowers did she have at the start? So let's see, we don't know how many she had at the start, right? That's a mystery here. We know that she gave away 6 flowers. Okay, so I'm going to draw those 6 that she gave away. I'm also going to show you my number sentence because I think it helps to see the number sentence when you're doing this one. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little space for the picture, but show something minus 6 equals 8. Now, we might use a related fact to figure this out, but this number sentence matches the word problem. She has something, she gave away 6, she has 8 left. Okay, so we don't know what the something is. She gave away 6, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 6 flowers she gives away. Now she's left with 8, so I'm going to separate those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so she had 8 at the end, 6 that she gave away. Now, all of this is where she started. So if you want to use a related fact to figure it out, you are welcome to do that. So I would add my ones that she gave away to the ones that she had at the end. So 6 plus 8. I'm going to put it small on the side. And you can figure out all of them to start. That's going to be our mystery here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 plus 8 is 14. So 14 is what she started with. Because if she has 14, she gives these 6 away, she's going to be left with these 8. Okay? Now, one of the many reasons why I don't want this to be your number sentence is, like I said, this matches the word problem, but also when I put my mystery box around the answer to the question, not the answer to the word problem, we're not looking for what comes after the equal sign, right? We're looking for what answers the question. So my mystery box helps us answer that. That's one of the many reasons, and an important one, why I wrote the number sentence this way, okay? So my answer is 14, but we're not done there. It's not just 14. It needs to be 14 with a label. So 14 what's? 14 flowers. So the answer is 14 flowers. Okay? Now, if you want a challenge, I'm going to change the word problem for you and let you try it on your own. It's going to be a little bit different, okay? You can challenge yourself by changing those numbers. Maybe she gives away 16 flowers and she's left with 8. Maybe she gives away 6 and she's left with 18. So up to you. So I'm going to change it only in a little way. So she's still going to start with some flowers, but she's going to get 8 flowers. I'm sorry, she's going to get 6 more flowers. So she gets 6 more flowers. Okay, so now she has, sorry for the big space, 8 flowers. So now, how many did she start with? Totally different problem. Same 2 numbers. I can guarantee you, you won't end up with the same answer to the question. Okay, so she had some, she got 6 more, now she has 8. How many did she start with then? Okay, so one small way to change up that word problem and give yourself a challenge to try to think of something different, okay? Again, you could change just the numbers in the subtraction sentence that I started with. You could put in your own word problem, but those are little ways that you can continue to learn and grow without changing too much, okay? So our workbook page today is page 163. So we're still working on addition without regrouping, but this time we're adding tens instead of ones, okay? So let's go over a couple of these. We have 20 plus 50. You know I'm going to show it a few ways because that's how I do. So here, 20 plus 50. You could, this is like I was saying yesterday, I would not recommend starting at 20 and counting on 50, counting just up. I would also not recommend starting at 50 and counting up 20. A lot of room for error there, and it takes a long time, and there are a lot better ways we could do this. Okay, so here I would draw a picture. So 22 sticks plus 5 sticks. So I'm going to make them rectangles this time because I want to show the ones that I'm adding different than the ones that I started with, so I know which ones I added, which ones I started with. I don't lose count, and if I do, I can check carefully. Okay, so 2 that I started with, 20, and then 5 that I added. So now, how many tens do I have in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tens is 70, or you can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so we can also add vertically. So 0 plus 0, we have no ones. 0. 2 tens plus 5 tens. Remember, this is the tens place. If you want to draw your place value chart above, you're welcome to do that, or the tens and ones. Okay, so 2 plus 5 is 7. So we end up with 70, just like we did in the picture. Okay, now this is one where you could try to split it up into number bonds, but the thing is, all we're working with here is tens. There are no ones. So I probably wouldn't use that strategy because you're just going to end up doing the same thing that you do here or here. And it's just going to be a lot of writing because I would end up with 20 and 0, 50 and 0. I'd add 0 plus 0 to get 0. I'd add 20 plus 50 to get 70, which is basically just adding 20 and 50 as tens, right? So you could use that strategy. For me, it's just a little bit of extra steps. So I might not choose that one. It doesn't help me get to the answer any more efficiently. But it might help in a different situation. For example, if I am adding, I'm getting these straight from the book, by the way. This is problems 11 and 12 on page 163. So 60 plus 23. So let's draw our sticks and dots. So 6 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can either put a plus sign and show your other parts, or you can just add it straight on. So 23, so 2 tens I'm going to add my rectangles to show the different things I'm adding. That is not a rectangle, but you know what I was going for. And 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83. Let's see if I get the same answer doing number bonds, splitting it up. So 60 plus 23. Now here's where it makes sense to split one of these up. Again, 60 just comes up with 60 and 0, so it's not really any different. But 23 does end up a little different. That would be 20 and 3. Now yesterday, because we were adding ones, we added the ones first. This time, since I don't have any other ones to add, but I do have tens to add, I'm going to start there. So I'm going to start by adding my tens with my tens. So 60 and 20, those are the tens. So 60 plus 20 equals 6 tens plus 2 tens. You can count by tens, or you can just look at 6 and 2, just do some mental math real quick. 20 more, however you want to see it. So 60, 70, 80. However you want to look at it, it comes up to 80, or it should. Then we add the tens, all of the tens, with the ones. So 80 plus 3 equals 83. So 80 and 3 make 83. Hey, that's what we got here. Let's see if we get the same answer here. 0 plus 3, no ones plus 3 ones. We get 3 ones. 6 tens plus 2 tens equals 8 tens. So we have 83. Now, this looks pretty simple when we've done all this other work, but it's important to show why this answer makes sense, okay? So we're building that conceptual understanding by showing these other ways to solve the problem, and this picture makes it very clear, breaking down, oops, I forgot to put in my answer. Always have to answer the question. Breaking it down into the number bonds really shows that you understand the place value of what you're doing here, okay? Now, just like with the previous page, I want to make sure that you guys are putting the numbers in the correct places. So you can always split your paper into tens and ones if you need to remember, sorry, it's a little off center, but if you need to remember which ones are the ones and which ones are the tens, you can always do that to help you understand the place value and keep you on track. Okay, that's an option, or you can just leave it split as it is. Okay, now down here, you definitely want to make sure you put the tens and ones in the correct places. So we have 56 plus 23. So 56 is going to go on the top line. We're writing horizontally just like they have it, but we're stacking them on top of each other. Plus 23. Because otherwise, I'd be adding, 52 plus 63, which is not the same problem, okay, if I wrote them in the wrong spots. So that is how you're going to fill it in. I'm going to let you do the other one on your own. Just be careful adding them up. If you think maybe you're not doing it correctly, try another strategy and see if you come up with the same answer. Adding vertically, if you put the numbers in wrong, you'll find out, oops, that wasn't right. So you'll have a chance to fix it, okay? And mistakes are okay. They make your brain grow, they help you learn, and the next time you probably won't make that same mistake, or you'll realize it quicker at least. So it's okay. Mistakes are fine. Don't worry about it. As always, have fun with it and happy learning.